Hi, my name is Tim Lowe, and this is my wife Lacy. We are members of Prince of Peace, and we go to the R.C.I.A. class there.
R.C.I.A. classes are classes for adults who are wanting to learn more about the Catholic Church and forming their faith in the Catholic Church and just learning everything there is to know about it. I know that offhand because about a year ago I was asked to be the godmother of my second nephew Patrick, and when I was asked I was actually pretty reluctant about doing anything with church because I had been away from religious practices for a really long time, and I really had a lapse of faith for a while, and I wasn't sure if it was the right thing for me to do. I was also struggling just because I didn't really know where to go to church or who to talk to church about, but I knew in my heart that I should say yes because it is a really great honor. But looking back on that, I do think that there were other motives in my life working in mysterious ways to get me back into church. But once I got over the hump of saying yes, I started looking for a church, and my best friend Nikki, who is also Catholic, recommended that I reach out to Prince of Peace to see what classes they offer for adults. And so I went online and I sent Deacon Bruce an email, and I got a response pretty quickly inviting me to class, I think the following Monday, and this was like on a Friday. So I mustered up the courage to go into class, even though I was really fearful of any type of judgment for my lapse of faith and for not fulfilling my sacraments sooner. But by the end of class, that fear was gone. It was just gone because everybody was so welcoming and they wanted to do everything they possibly could to see me succeed in this journey.
And during most of this time, Lacy didn't talk to me that much or bring a lot of this up because I'd been agnostic for about 20 years and I really didn't want anything to do with religion. Honestly, I was pretty closed-minded about it. And I was raised Baptist, but we never really went to church or did anything with church. So when I became a teenager, I kind of just lost what faith I did have in God. And until I was about 34 years old, I didn't want anything to do with it. Eventually, Lacy just asked me if I'd have a more open mind about this whole process. And I took that and started researching on my own, looking into Catholicism. I really wanted to know what people meant when they talked about God because I really didn't have any idea. So I really went into theology and philosophy, and I looked at the arguments for the existence of God. I looked at the evidence that's in Scripture, and I read all about the history of the church and the tradition. And after a while, it all started to kind of make sense and blend together, and it just made more sense to me that there was a God than there wasn't a God. So that's how I came to faith, by reason and by learning all of this. And it all started with Lacy just wanting me to have an open mind about the whole thing.
Yep. For a while there, it was a little rough. We couldn't really have a conversation about these types of things that was just conducive to a reasonable conversation. So I prayed a lot during that time. I just prayed for Tim to have an open mind and an open heart and just to be a little bit more accepting of the things I was doing. And my prayers were answered because Tim started coming to Mass with me, and then he decided he wanted to come to R.C.I.A. classes with me. We actually got our marriage convalidated by the church and went through marriage prep and everything, which really, we didn't know at the time that this was going to happen, but it changed our marriage for the better in ways that we didn't even know that were changeable. we had elements added into our marriage that now looking back have become really important to us and really helped us to communicate with each other and to just form another layer of our life together, especially having a life of faith together.
And actually, the first night I went to R.C.I.A., I say now, by the grace of God, that I decided I wanted to become baptized that night. And we decided at the Easter Vigil. But because of the current affairs going on, we had to put that on hold. So I'm looking forward to becoming baptized and coming into full communion with the Catholic Church with my wife.
Yep, we will, after Tim's baptized, we're going to be confirmed together and receive communion for the first time together. And I think that is one of the most amazing things, because we have, even though Tim was late to the party, we have been doing this faith journey together, and to watch it come full circle is just pretty incredible. And we are just like incredibly blessed to have found Prince of Peace and Father Bill, who answers any of our questions, and Deacon Bruce, who also answers any of our questions, and really just helps us learn as much as we can. Our sponsors have helped us learn as much as we can and have provided us all sorts of resources to be able to, have a really solid life of faith, and make us feel like we're not alone and we don't need to feel judged about anything that we have questions on.
And there's so much more to learn. We're never going to know everything about religion or God. But now that it's a part of our life, it's something that we can look forward to, this journey of faith. And it's exciting every day when we wake up now. We have something new we can learn or something new we can do and be a part of. And it's like a whole new family we're a part of. And we're very happy and blessed to be a part of Prince of Peace. And I think that's our story.
And we really hope that if there is anybody out there watching that might feel a pull away, or they're struggling with it, or they're struggling because they have a spouse that's, not really accepting, that they might find this video helpful. And if there's anything we can do for any of those families or any of those individuals, please reach out to us at church. We're more than welcome to talk to you about any of these things. But we're really excited to get back into Mass and going into Sunday Mass together and actually attending classes and seeing our church family again.
Yeah. Well, thanks, and we look forward to seeing you at church.
And God bless everyone.
God bless.